What's going on YouTube? I want to make a video. I'm not sure if I'm going to even leave this video up though, right? But I made this video for multiple reasons because I got a couple of interviews scheduled on my channel now. Now, some of you are, or maybe most of you are new who be viewing my content. But when I first came on YouTube, I was known as newly elected chosen one. And I really founded my basis off of interviewing people. So my first video ever uploaded to YouTube on my first channel was my first altercation with my local police department. You stick with me and listen to what I'm saying, you'll understand what I'm getting at, right? So I have two interviews set up with two targeted individuals. If y'all don't know me and y'all new to my channel, I first jumped on YouTube as newly elected chosen one, and that was like 3.5 years ago when my targeting became overt and I became aware of what was going on. YouTube took my first channel for talking about COVID-19 and the vaccine and so on and so forth. So what I'm making this channel for is because for multiple reasons. YouTube, first and foremost, on one of the people channel who I'm supposed to be interviewing, they keep deleting my comment. I'm leaving my contact information on the channel, and YouTube keeps removing it. And I am going to show you proof of that. But if I leave a comment that's not like dealing with how to contact me, YouTube leave it up. But the minute I leave my information on how to get in contact with me so we can set up the information, YouTube take it down. Now, the second reason is I was watching Elohim channel when he was live maybe about 2 hours, 2.5 hours ago. And he was speaking on how the paint in the house where his attacks originate from be cracking and the wall be cracking. This is one thing I did notice when I first became a targeted individual. So they use a special type of paint called conductive paint. This paint comes with metal particles in it to make it easier for your house to be like, how could we say it? So a lot of our targeting, and we know that they could see us at our house by using Wi-Fi signals and things of that nature. The reason that it's so easy for them to do that is because there's special conductive paint. I told Elohim I was going to make a video speaking on this, so I'm going to all roll into one. And just so y'all can see that I'm not lying about this. As I stated though, I used to work in construction, and I did ceramic tile flooring for 10 years. So I was kind of already familiar with this paint. But when Elohim spoke on the paint drips, it reminded me that it shows you how it all correlates and work together as one big machine. So we all know how I made a video not too long ago on my channel stating and showing y'all how they could see through people walls using radio signals and Wi-Fi signals off of the router. We all know that this technology is true and it exists. They already came out talking about it. But what complements this technology is the paint that they use. Yes, the paint. Most people might don't know, but the paint that they use is conductive paint. What I mean by that is they came up with a paint that has millions of tiny, like microscopic metal particles in it. And we all know that if you take these two, just like any other metal substance that attracts electromagnetic frequencies or the EMF, the electromagnetic field, then they're actually using a combination of all of this together. Electromagnetic, I'm gonna show y'all right quick what I'm saying. This right here, conductive paint. This type of paint right here is the paint that's made with microscopic spherical and triangle metal particles in it. So when, say for instance, if you're a target individual and you're just moving into a new place and you see that it's just been freshly renovated, fresh paint on the wall, this, that, and third, I promise you, if you was to take a sample of this paint and was to take it down to Home Depots or Lowe's and you get this exact paint matched up, you would see that this paint, when it comes back and they identify it and find out what it is, it's going to be this conductive paint because they take that and use that with the electromagnetic field to also, like, what they're doing is exploring the electromagnetic spectrum. So if you take this paint with these metal properties in it, and you take the radio frequencies or the Wi-Fi signals and you merge those two together, then it's creating an electromagnetic field, which is allowing you to exploit the electromagnetic field and being able to see each other in it. This is why, in some cases, when you go through a metal detector, you know how they say lead obscures the vision of X-ray or whatever or whatnot. So if you was to, like back in the day when they used to do muling and trafficking, bringing drugs and stuff into the country, they used to bring it in briefcase that was coated in leaded paint or in lead, period, like the lead that go inside of the pencils, because the X-rays couldn't penetrate it. The microwaves from the X-ray machine couldn't penetrate it. This is why they stopped using lead paint in homes. They told us that it because it was a such thing as lead poisoning. That is the furthest from the truth. Many of us have probably experienced this where we're petrifying when we're in elementary school, so on and so forth, or either even poking yourself with the pencil. Notice we never had to go to the doctor like we would have to with any type of shock or anything that would cause the infection. This is the sole purpose on why they stopped using lead paint in homes, because they already was aware of this technology. If you go back and look into this technology, there's microwaves and radio frequencies, or being able to see through somebody's walls with this technology, you would see that this stuff has dated back since the 60s, since the 1960s. This is when the first apparatus or the first patent was invented in order for them to do what they're doing to us up to date. So when I say everything, they're decades ahead of us when it comes to this. So when the time where lead paint was more dominant before lead poisoning became a thing and they used this propaganda, that's just like with radium. We all know that radium is a highly radioactive material. But what they didn't tell us was that we could literally consume radium raw as it being high radioactive and everything. There's videos where this professor who did it on live screen and through one of his segments on why he was giving a speech at a certain college. If anybody go and look into this professor who ate radium during one of his speeches, why doing a speech at the college, you will see that what I'm saying is true. So just how they control the information, everything that's good for us, they tell us that it's not, so we can rely on the medical field. Everything that's bad for us, they tell us that it's good. Just like these processed foods, the tap water that they're giving us, the air that they've been polluting. So we can all see that all of the information that these people give us is literally inverted. This is no conspiracy. That well, it actually is a conspiracy because it's one or two, is one or more people who's conspiring against a group of persons to cause harm and so on and so forth. So it's actually a conspiracy. But when it comes to conspiracy theory, those two words can't even coexist, because the theory is what a person think. This is not fact. It's just like the theory of gravity. Gravity has not been proven to be true. In fact, when Einstein invented it or discovered it, notice that when you go back and look at it, it's a theory. It's not definitive. It's no proof that gravity exists. It's the same thing with all the information they're giving us. So it can't be a conspiracy theory. Those two don't exist. But what these people did was develop this technology a long time ago with the microwave radiation, being able to see with the whole Wi-Fi, the everything. When it comes to frequency, these people been discovered it. This the same thing as when you think about it. How did the pyramids get here, right? A lot of people say that aliens and other beings from other places or machinery that predates us or our history was in use, when in all actuality, the theory that I go with is cymatics, the use of frequencies and sounds. When you go and start researching how powerful frequencies is and things of this nature, then you will understand it. They have up to date videos and experiments using frequencies where they show you that they could levitate rocks and things of this nature. A lot of colleges, universities, and professors has been doing this over time. But it just brings me to my point. When him spoke about that paint, it instantly reminded me of this conductive paint right here, because Everywhere you go in America right now has opted out of using lead paint. And the most predominant paint that they're using in houses and households right now is this conductive paint. This lets you know that this energy push that they're doing for a new green or healthier world, this whole scam that they got going on with this great energy deal. I'm gonna show y'all what I mean. The market when it comes to energy, whether it's direct energy, electric vehicles and things like this, about 4 years ago, most of y'all might don't remember this article, but I'm gonna pull it up right here. What's this? You'll see what I'm saying. This is showing you the energy in the stock market right here. They reported on this. They reported on this over 4 years ago, right before Trump got out of office. They started talking about this when Elon Musk started talking big about the electric vehicles and things of this nature. And this was around the time where the government, well, where Joe Biden was first getting into office, and he was doing away with all gas cars and saying that all government employees have to go to electric vehicles and things of this nature. All of this coincide because we know that there's a silent war going on right now where people are being like radiated, like tortured in their own home through use of things that we can't see. That's radio frequencies and microwave radiation. We all know that if you take radio frequencies and calibrate them at a certain frequency, then you get radiation, which is very harmful and detrimental to any living organism. So this goes to show the play that they've been setting up for years. Right here discuss on how Energy Information Administration said in its short-term energy outlook on Tuesday, EIA projected power demand will rise to 4.1 billion kilowatt hours. So you know when it's doing this in 2020, like I said, they predicted that the stock market would be at an all-time high when it comes to these Green New Deals that they're pushing, and they tell us that it's to cut carbon emission and things of this nature. That's the furthest from the truth. My whole thing is we all know how you have to think of it in a metaphysical aspect because they're doing everything based on what we can't see with our own eyes. That's the electromagnetic field and things of that nature. So how we're being tortured and tortured in our own home and experimented on with microwave radiation and things of this nature. This is the game plan that they set forth for America. How they say it's a silent war, most of us don't know. It's just like the 5G towers. How we speak that it's giving radiation off, and if you go and look at any video near any living tree with a 5G tower, that we can see that the tree is dying off. This is the main reason why they turn everything. How they say that the world is a prison planet. In a sense, it literally is because they could see everything on the electromagnetic spectrum. Everything is based on frequency. So once they mastered this electromagnetic spectrum and they could see things on like under a frequency of what we could perceive with our own human eyes, this has been a war because right now this is why they're selling us on the technology. First it was 4G, 2G, 2G jumped to 3G, 3G jumped to 5G, and now they're already working on 6G. When all of along, when you go and look at it, I'm gonna show y'all what I'm saying because everything that I'm saying is actual facts. It may sound like I'm ranting on right now, but if you can listen fast enough to understand what I'm saying, it makes too much sense, right? Because when they did that, we could all agree that we didn't notice no differential or no difference when it came to upgrades and speed when we went from the 2G to the 3G to the 4G and so on and so forth. So now they're talking about 6G, not telling the public that 6G is going to require human sources. So they're going to be fueling 6G off of the Internet of Bodies, which is us. And let me show y'all that though, so y'all won't think I'm lying. see what I'm saying? And you can find plenty scientific documentation on this. I'm not making any of this up. It's just that it's all making sense now. And this right here plays a major role. Telecommunication companies, because they're all involved in it. These are the people who's controlling the electromagnetic spectrum. Your Comcasts, your Foxes, anybody who has your T-Mobiles, your Verizons. Y'all probably remember a few years ago, a guy in Nashville planted a RV outside of the headquarters of AT&T or Verizon, and he detonated or whatever, whatnot. Nobody was hurt. It was an RV that blew up the headquarters, the very epic center of this telecommunications company in the United States. It happened in Nashville. Let me just show y'all how all this connects to each other, bro, because they're literally telling us what the hell is going on, bro. Watch this. So y'all won't think that I'm joking, bro. All this coincides with each other. This is crazy that I'm piecing all this together. This is really crazy. Watch this. Of the AT&T building. You see, this was in 2020. This was right before COVID became a thing, though, right? So the thing was, this guy right here, who was a conspiracy theorist. So let me go ahead and say that's what the media pegged him as. And he said how he believed in the reptilians, this, that, and the third, so on and so forth. When you get into the story and really see what's really going on, they made this was a psyop within itself, because what they're doing is protecting the electromagnetic spectrum. They say that the devil is the prince of the airways and things of this nature. This is the truest stuff that I have ever seen. Once you really start piecing together the puzzles and the reason that this technology exists and the reason that they think that the energy field is going to reach its highest on the stock market by the year 2025, so on and so forth, that's because everything that we're going to in the future is really based on energy. So they're exploiting everything. That's the same thing with, do y'all know that I was watching David Atkins? I'm not sure how many of y'all are subscribe to him on YouTube, but I watched somebody on, I'm subscribed to him on YouTube, and I'm a friend of his on Facebook. He's a alleged targeted individual. So I watched the interview of this dude interviewing David, right? And he said something in one of his videos that made it put it all together for me, because I never communicated with David or anything of this nature. But when he said it in his video, it just took me down this wild rabbit hole, and everything makes so much sense. So David, in his interview, the guy asked him how did he know that he was targeted with some of the things that started happening. And David was telling the story in this interview. Y'all, if anybody know David ask him about this. He was literally telling this guy a story in his interview, and he was saying how when he had this altercation with law enforcement, that law enforcement grabbed their radio that's strapped to their shoulders that most police officers have. And he said that the police officer said, well, could you tell me the subject vitals? Could you tell me his heart rate, this, that, and the third? And on the speaker, David Atkins heard how the receiver or the officer on the other end of the radio really read back his vitals. And this let me know, like, this is how crazy it is, though, right? At that moment when he said that, I said, okay, so that explains why they use like the neighbors to bang on the wall, the loud reverend vehicles to ride past you in your house, because we all know that this is what they classify as noise campaigns, right? But the purpose of a noise campaign is something that they discovered in Vietnam, the Vietnam in the first war and things of this nature, right? What they did was, when people started coming back from the war with post-traumatic syndrome, PTSD, and things of this nature, shell shock is what they was calling it, right? They understood that these people, these army vets and soldiers, was specifically getting it because of the bombs that was going on. Not only that, the bodies they were seeing blowing up, the gunshots that they was seeing going up. So PTSD became a thing after that war, though, right? So what these smart motherfuckers understood when it comes to studying the mind at a certain thing like this, they use these noise campaigns because they know that these noise campaigns is creating loud, abrupt noises. And this tactic is specifically used to keep your mind in a fight or flight mode. So that's just like if you were to come in the house after work every day and I knew your schedule and I was at home or whatever, every time you walk in the house, then I'm gonna scare you. Wow, every time you come out the bathroom, I'm hiding behind the door to scare you. And you know how your heart get the thumping, boom, 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 boom. So that's fight or flight right there. So what they did was found a way to keep these people mind in that state. So that's why a lot of us as target individuals get the loud reverend vehicles, the loud the neighbors banging on the wall at upset hours, because it's meant to actually catch you off guard. But all of this goes in a sense though. These people created a technology where they could read your vitals remotely. These are facts. So when we say that we're hooked up to a supercomputer, this is some of the methods that they're using to hook us up to it. After they get a subject, a targeted individual brain map, and they are able to digitally copy your brainwave activity and have it remotely stored on a computer, you don't have to go in the MRI machine. You don't have to get a CAT scan or any of this because they even have jobs for this. Watch this. I'm gonna show y'all. This is real. They have jobs for this. Watch this. Why would they have jobs for this if what I'm saying is a lie? Look, it popped right up. Brain mapping jobs. Let me type in remote so you can see. So y'all can see. Everything that I'm saying about this is actual facts. 400 plus brain mapping jobs. When you go start the look, apply to behavior technician. When you go start look at the jobs for this, you will see that a lot of these jobs is done remotely, and is hospitals that's offer this type of work. So when you look at it, these people have found a way to really master the airwaves, just like they say in the Bible, the devil is a master of. These people have mastered this, and they got us really focused on wars done with bullets and things of this nature. That's not the war that's going on right now. The silent war that's going on right now is us versus 5G. That's period. These people have created all this technology to exploit the electromagnetic spectrum so they could see everything. Just like that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger from back in the day. It was like what is the name of that movie, bro? What is the name of all these movies was telling us before? But what it was off Arnold Schwarzenegger was like an officer from the future, right? And he had these futuristic weapons where he could shoot somebody, but before he shoot them, he could see through their wall. He could see through the whole house and know exactly where to shoot them because the gun showed them that where we could see targets through the wall. They have been had this technology. These are things that they've been worked on. That's why when we see certain sci-fi movies based on what I'm just telling you about this, these people ain't just thinking of this and the technology don't exist. I promise you they're not. They did not just think of this and somebody said, you know what, we're going to put this in a movie and it's a gun that can see through walls, whether you're 200 feet. That's because they've been exploring the electromagnetic spectrum. This is the future. This is literally the future. This is that everything going to be ran just like how they use V2K, the microwave free effect, how they beam voices and individual head. We all know that these technologies do exist. Just like how right now China just created a weapon that could is a microwave weapon, a laser, and they could destroy any drone just because of the electromagnetic spectrum and how the microwave tracks and disintegrate or disable the chips in the missile or whatever or whatnot. This is the future of warfare that we're heading in. Y'all could go and look this up on any technology. This has always been the goal. And people don't fear what they can't see. Of course, the people who sleep, why would we fear what we can't sleep when we already know the fear AR-15s? Because these are mass shooting weapons and things of this nature. We got to worry about getting hit with guns or high capacity weapons and things of this nature. They made us really dwell on like bullets, missiles, bombs, things of this nature. That shit is prehistoric compared to the technology that we got right now. That's old fashioned. The CIA been invented a gun that they could shoot a dart out and they'll leave a pin-sized mark that you could barely even notice that would force an individual to have a heart attack. Could you imagine where they're at now when they're taking this same type of technology and like merging it with nanotechnology? Nanotechnology. Think about it. These people were able to create robotic, microscopic, dust-sized computer chips, the size of a speck of dust. How else is there gonna read this from? You want to know how? Because once it's in our system, our body gives off electricity. So it's easy to read us when you master the electromagnetic spectrum. It's so easy to read a person's heart rate, brain rate activity, if this person's heart is beating at a certain rate or if their pulse, whatever, you're literally able to see everything on the electro spectrum point of view that is though. But they have all of the technology invented that coincides with what I'm saying. So what I'm saying cannot be some tinfoil hat type of things or any of that nature. Because when you go and look into the technology, why did they create this though? They have devices where you can literally view the electromagnetic spectrum. How do y'all think that they just came out with the technology to be able to see in people's houses using Wi-Fi signals and radio frequencies? Everything is literally done on the electromagnetic spectrum. When they came to tell us about the human anatomy, that's the main body part that they forgot to tell us about is the electromagnetic aspect of the human anatomy. All of us have that with us. Any living organism has a frequency with them. This frequency is derived by the bio resonance frequency. So every living being gives off a frequency, an electrical signal. Just like how our brain, they tell us our neurons and our neutrons is firing off, our synapses is firing off these electrical charges. This is how they're able to map it. When I went to go see a cardiologist last week, right? And they put stickers all around my torso. But these stickers, it kind of made me think, and I had to ask questions. I got all this recorded. I record everything when I go to the emergency room or doctor's appointment, so on and so forth, right? So when they was putting these stickers on my torso, on my stomach, under my armpits, and things of this nature, I asked them what they was doing. They said they was getting a picture of my heart. I said, well, how do these stickers play a part in it? They said because it's reading the electrical current in your body. So by them being able to use these stickers, hook these palms up to it, and they're sticking them, it's not even around my heart. They're sticking them like on like certain areas of your body where it's more potent with electricity, and it gives them a whole image of your heart. So when you understand that they could do this just simply by placing stickers on you and things of this nature, you got to understand how far this technology have came. They got us so distracted with the physical when I promise you it's deeper than that, because you have one doctor who was trying to measure the weight of a soul. So what he was doing was whenever somebody wanted to like go out in a peaceful manner, or he thought that people was ready to die or things of this nature, they literally had them hooked up on a machine to see what was the body mass of this individual from the moment that they was alive to when they took their last breath. So what he came up with was, after he measured a few bodies doing this, he seen that it was a slight difference in like the dead weight of the body, saying how they became like a pound or two lighter. And what they did was hooked it up to an electrical instrument to figure out that it was really like electrical current, how the charges changed from death from a living body to the very precise movement that they died. And they correlated that with the weight loss from the minute that they were alive to the minute that they died. All of these things adjusted and moved at the exact same time. These people literally figured out a way to read the frequency and capture a picture with it when you're going through that process. And this is used in the electromagnetic spectrum. They could see all of this with the eyes can't see. Just how we can't see UVA lights and things of that nature because we can only see at a certain frequency. These people developed the technology where they could see everything around us, even the neutrinos. I don't know if y'all know about that or not, but these devices that they got in Alaska, right, that detect these right here. I'm ready to show you. I'm putting y'all on to some shit right now. I'm trying to tell y'all. What's this? How you spell it? N-E-T. Yep, there we go. That's crazy. It popped up. Man, this is fucking crazy. It popped up. This is crazy. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. These same devices. Once y'all, I'm gonna make a video about this and showing y'all how this correlates with everything. The electromagnetic spectrum, every human on here, the internet of bodies, so on and so forth. This right here. These are one of the most powerful machines that they got. They got them all over. The most biggest and most powerful one is in Antarctica. As y'all can see, the South Pole. Once y'all really see that they're really playing us and how they say, I told y'all what they said about the devil controlling the airways. Let me see if I can find a scripture on that just so y'all can see. I want to quote it verbatim so y'all can see. Because they gave how they were saying that they gave the devil reign over the airwaves and things like this. This is the here we go, right here. Here we go. All these scriptures. I just told y'all, and they say Satan rule the airways. Satan operates now. When I want y'all to understand this is what I really think that God and Satan is. I believe that both of these individuals are frequencies. So I believe that how they could say that the devil is the devil is not just one single entity. The devil is multiple people. It's sort of like when it comes up with the Antichrist, how they could say that, when they say, oh, this person is a monster, we know that on a physical aspect that this person isn't a monster, but what makes this person a monster is the actions that they commit. So if they were somebody who raped kids or SA kids or, could decapitate a innocent person and do some old Ted Bundy type of things with that, then we would describe those type of persons as a monster. And that itself is a frequency. So when it comes to this is what they mean by him ruling the airways. This whole saying, despite what the scripture saying, not saying forget what the Bible saying, because this is literally forewarning us. This is why I'm coming to believe in the Bible more and more every day, though. Not saying that these people don't have the power to like come up with a whole false apocalypse or a false revelation, because they have the power that they really could do that. So these people have the power and the control and the resources to make it seem like it's end time. But that don't take away from the fact that I'm smart enough to understand that what the Bible is speaking on could literally be pointing out in today's time, whether you believe the Bible or not, to be able to understand or know the Bible or know what's said in the Bible and be living in present day and time, and to be saying it, you cannot deny the shit. You can't deny it. This is what they mean by he's the prince and ruler of the airways, because these people are all operating on that frequency, which is the Satan frequency, which gives them the ability to control the airways. This is what we have going on right now. So everything, these people, we all know who's experiencing electronic torture or this Havana syndrome, all this done through the airwaves, through with waves, microwaves, radio waves, so on and so forth. All of this is done with the air waves, things that's traveling through the air, in the air that we cannot see. When you really start to think about this and to see how everything that they're pushing is aligning up to this was a video I was watching. I was actually making a video on technology used in the gang stalking program. And I remember the day that they got me brain mapped. I still got the video on my Facebook page about when they did it, but that's another story. I'm getting off topic. I'm gonna make a separate video about that though. But it's just when Elohim, like, you know how when you heard something that's true or it wakes you up to what you was already thinking and you just needed that confirmation, and it's like you the whole your whole all of the answers or everything that you was thinking just came crashing down, like everything that you thought about it that you already knew that you couldn't tie together, sort of the pieces to the puzzle. That's how it was when Elohim spoke on that. Everything that I ever learned about this since I've been in the program and about what's being aware of the program far wise as me knowing that the energy industry is supposed to be, who the hell is this? We're not doing that, no sir. Yeah, but it goes to show that's weird that that person is calling. Why I haven't talked to this individual in like 3.5 years, bro. Literally like three and a half years. Why are they calling me now? That's weird, bro. Let me block them. Matter of fact, while I'm talking about it, let me go ahead and block them right now. I don't even know how I even recognize them right off top. Let me go ahead and block them right quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me block this individual. I don't even like that. I don't care what they was calling from. I just don't like how it turned out. I haven't heard from that person in literally like, they tried to call back. No, sir, there you go, blacklist. Yeah, but it's sort of like how I would look at it in the sense that they say that we could see your whole life flashing before your eyes. That's the same type of sense that it gave me when Elohim thought said that about the paint. It instantly reminded me of the conductive paint, which led me to the whole electromagnetic spectrum, which led me to me remembering the video I made about them being able to see us in our home, because I guarantee that the paint helps that a lot because it's is electric conductive, is a conductive to electricity. So of course that paint is like, it's literally what's making it able for them to see us. If we were using the same type of paint like back in the day, the lead paint that they say is poisonous now, this technology wouldn't work because microwaves wouldn't be able to penetrate them. Waves of 2.5 hertz wouldn't be able to penetrate them. When people used to go, anybody could tell you this. When anybody, you can go and look it up, lead. This is the same thing when you go get your heart scan or you go get x-ray, they lay that pad on you, it's covered in lead. It's leaded. That little thin strip that they laying on the part that they don't want to get microwave from the x-ray, that stuff itself has lead in it because microwave cannot penetrate that. The radio waves cannot penetrate that. It's the same thing when you go to an airport. If you would have had a suitcase that was covered in lead, they wouldn't be able to see what's in the suitcase. So to the x-ray, it would make it seem like your suitcase is completely empty. And they would have to literally open it up to figure out, well, why is this guy putting an empty suitcase through through the airport? Why is he bringing an empty suitcase? So that would raise suspicions and give them probable cause for even opening up your suitcase in the first place. But everybody should know that lead blocks out microwave radiation. It blocks out the signals from going through. You can't view anything if it's in a lead box and you're using radio frequencies or microwave. This is why they took that out there, because this technology, since Wi-Fi and since the internet really became a thing, y'all would notice the correlation in it. That's when lead paint was deemed poisonous to our health. Lead poison. Notice we haven't heard anything about lead poison in forever because they already control the industry when it comes to creating these paints. All of the paints is new now. So we got these new household metallical paints, even metallical paints for vehicles and things of this nature. That's because it all coincides with the electromagnetic spectrum. The more they have, the more they can see on that level. These are facts. This explains why they predict that the energy industry to be at its highest. So everybody who invested into energy 5 years ago, 4 years ago when they said it, I'm pretty sure money that turned over 10 times, money that turned over tenfold. Because where we're heading in right now, everything is going to rely on that. Everything is going to rely on that, from the med beds that they've been working on, from the medical field, everything dealing with the hospital, from literally everything. But all of it plays, all of it comes together as one. It's like it's all one big machine. In order to create this machine, you need your individual pieces, you need your individual parts to all come together. So you could come up with this fancy device, but we know that this fancy device can't work without this specific type of piece, without this red and this blue wire, or this black and this white wire, or without this bolt, this screw, and this wash. It's incomplete until you put it all together. When you really think about what's going on, it is crazy for real, because they're literally exploring. This is why we don't have anything to combat us from this type of technology. That's why they're not advocating for nothing like this. Even when it comes to neural rights, I just showed y'all that they have brain mapping jobs. Not only do they have brain mapping jobs, they have remote brain mapping jobs that's not invasive, meaning that they could do it based on the electromagnetic spectrum. They could use this by beaming microwaves to an individual head and getting the signals back on that, and literally map out a whole person's brain, the brainwave activity and everything. Why don't you think we got certain laws in place to combat us from that? Why don't you think it's more people creating like fabrics or metal materials to create protect us from that? Why? This is why when you see things like the fires hopping out in like Ahana, Hawaii, and so on and so forth, the military been working on technology and fabrics like this. They said that they showed y'all the blue rooftops that was spared from the fires. That's because they came up with this, and this is what this technology is. This right here. Materials are artificially electromagnetic media that are structured on the sub-wavelength scale. This right here is that blue material that you see the military or these houses that survive those microwave radiations. And when you see that type of shit like going on in Lahaina, Hawaii, and you seeing that little 5, 6 houses that had the blue roofs and it was unscathed and unburnt and things of this nature, because this they're literally creating these situations while also experimenting with these metal materials that you see. So they know that if it actually works, and if it don't work, why obtaining the same mission or the goal that they set out to do, because they wanted this land. We all know, if we go look back into the history of that, the people of Lahaina for years and for centuries did not want to sell that land. They've been objected to it or whatever or whatnot. So why not merge all one problem? Why not kill two birds with one stone? You understand what I'm saying? Why not do it? I have the power, I have the money, I have the resources to do it. So you mean to tell me I could think of it, but people who sit at a war room table ain't think of this? So you mean to tell me these people who's worth billions of dollars, they got these big think tanks. Y'all think that I'm the first person who thought like I'm thinking or connected the dots that I'm connecting though? So I really could think of it, but these million minds that's conspiring against us haven't thought of it. No, I'm no Einstein. It's just that when you notice what's going on and you see the pieces of the puzzle and you understand the game that they're playing, it literally all makes sense. One of these things cannot work without the other. This is why the United States or nowhere else is like combating neural rights. No one is talking about neural rights. How could neural rights not be talked about in a time where Elon Musk is connecting BCI chips to the human brain? We all know that anything that's based in computers could be hacked. We see that everything. So you mean to tell us that the Pentagon could get hacked, Walmart, you name it, all these billion-dollar corporations, even governments, like you name it. Go and look at all the hacks that's been going on. banks and everything. These people with these $1 billion can't stop their system from being hacked, but you want us to think that y'all have computer chips in a motherfucking brain all figured out and they can't be hacked. It makes no sense when you think about it. Y'all can't even stop Fort Knox from being hacked, but y'all want us to believe that the chip in our brain that's connected to the internet and Wi-Fi, y'all getting feedback and sending signals to, can't be hacked and controlled. Once you really see and understand, it's diabolical. It's really on some sci-fi shit, like some Pinky in the Brain taking over the world type of stuff. It's really that. It's really that. It's really that. This is some evil shit that they got going on. This is crazy because really, it's really nothing we could do about it. Is really nothing we could do about it. I could make videos like this. It's easy to make me sound like a conspiracy theorist, a tinfoil hatter, or a weirdo or a mental patient when you hear a video like this. But those who know, those who did the research would actually know. Everything that I showed y'all, I verified it with proof. And you mean to tell me in theory that I'm not right about any of it? Yes, I'm 100% right about it. I'm 1,000% correct about it. They could see within the walls. Those are facts. And what helped them see within the wall is the electroconducting paint that they're using. And they did away with lead paint. And I told y'all how lead paint interrupts that type of technology. So it makes sense on why they would do this. If they've been working on the microwave fray effect and things of this nature, it was hard to torture somebody back in the day in their own home with this technology because we were so used to using lead paint. Those are facts. So it don't make sense for them to be able to target us now that we're using. We went from lead paint to paint that is electroconductive. Why would we do that? Why do anybody need paint that's electroconductive? Why would we do that? Like electrical fires ain't even enough. So you mean to tell me that's not going to even contribute or make the fires worse? Just stop me if I'm wrong or I'm overthinking it. But to me, on the logical aspect, what I'm saying makes sense when you take a chords on all of the technology and the steps that they took to get rid of this and so on and so forth. It is crazy when you think about it because, as I stated, it's really on some diabolical, evil genius stuff. And for them to be able to come up with this, it goes to show when you go to look back in history and start to see when they started to use like microwave technology on the battlefield, far wise as the fray effect, far wise as these alleged med beds that they're supposed to have, and so on and so forth with the Wi-Fi. These people have been decades ahead of us when it comes to this. So it's like really they're playing this whole game, this distraction game, to keep us from the goal of what they're trying to achieve. I had a serious brain fart right there, but it really distracts us when we see everything else that's going on in the world. We're being hit with this, that, and the third. But like I said, the real war, even Vladimir Putin was quoted saying this, that World War III is not going to be fought with bullets. Let me see if I can find that quote. That's because he know. Of course, he's in the upper echelon. Why is it? Let me see if I can find that Putin quote for y'all. He was saying on a sense on how it would be fought on the human mind and things of that nature. Let me see if I type his name in it. I'm a fan of it. I've been able to prove everything that was in. Let's see, forward. What was it? What was the battlefield? I'm gonna have to find that quote. I don't want y'all to think I'm just pulling shit out of my ass. I'm gonna remember it. You better believe me. You better believe it. Yeah, but as I stated, it all makes sense when you really starting to think about it. At the current rate that technology is excelling right now, in a sense, though, your doctors are going to be able to take your vitals from. You're going to be able to be at home with AI and everything that's going on right now. You can have a doctor appointment scheduled, and you don't even have to step into the office because your doctor is going to be able to read your vitals from home. His assistants is going to be able to check your pulse from the office of the hospital while you're in bed at home. This is true. That's dangerous, though. Do you know how dangerous that is right now? So you mean tell us the pros? They always want to offer us this type of technology, but they don't want to ever tell us the pros and the cons with it. When I tell you, they'll tell us the pros though, what it could do. It could be helpful. This like just with the Elon Musk Neuralink chip. They tell us that we could help a person who never had mobility, operate the mouth, speak for the first time, communicate with you through this, that, and third. We can have monkeys playing ping pong on a video game, this, that, and the third. But what are the cons? What is the worst that can happen though? Stop telling me about the good of it. They never want to talk about that. They never. They just overshadow that and cut people off when they talk about it to keep telling us what good it could bring, what good it could bring. The whole time we're giving up our very essence. We're giving up, we're zombies. We're selling our short, we're literally selling our soul for the technology. Technology literally have enslaved us to the point where I understand the reference people be making when they say that Earth is a prison planet because it is. Everything is on a metaphysical form. When you think about that and you see that everything is a frequency, once these people learn how to track frequency or to view frequency, even your bioresonance frequency or the circadian frequency of the earth, so forth and so on. These people learn how to read and manipulate all of that. So in the aspect, if these people are right, you know how when they use like ghost hunters and they use cameras and even some in the old days, people take pictures and they say that they caught ghosts in pictures or figures in pictures. That's because it's all frequency based. The only thing that'll be able to capture something like that is something that could see in the electromagnetic spectrum that the human eyes can't see. And these people have learned to tap into that. Not only tap into that, these people are on the verge of mastering it if they haven't did it already. Because all the technology I spoke about, they've been working on this for 70 years, 60 years. All this technology is old. These people been working on it. These nano particles and things of this nature. We're 50 years behind the cue ball when it comes to us learning about it or them finally putting that type of stuff in the movie to give us a form of soft disclosure or whatever or whatnot. All of this stuff. You could find a patent for all of this type of stuff for over 50, 60, 70 years ago. So if we thought of inventing this, I showed y'all, I gave y'all the diagram naming each piece of this mechanism that I'm creating or whatever or whatnot. I gave y'all the blueprint, literally the blueprint on how to create it or how I created it. So you mean to tell me they ain't been using it or mastering it back then? Hell yeah, we're just late because they make it our purpose not to know about stuff like this. This is why they keep us so distracted, fighting one another because their goal is bigger. Once they master this right here, they have the chance to make everybody a digital slave, not just with controlling money, finances. It's literally with controlling you as a being. So whoever they feel as though need to get up. This is the greatest genocide in human history. It's the biggest, not only the biggest, it's the most silent genocides, because the last craziest one that we heard of was what? Hitler, wasn't it? Close to the biggest genocide. He's supposed to have killed over 10 plus million or something like that. Not even to take it back to Genghis Khan, all these stories we done heard about Shuzan, Genghis Khan and all of who is it, Sun Tzu and things of those natures. This right here is the tipping point, because this one is going to be harder to trace. It's going to leave less evidence. It was easy to show that these people got gassed in the chamber. It was easy to say that bombs was dropped on this certain location to get rid of certain nationality or things of this nature. But when it comes to this microwave warfare, Jesus Christ, do y'all understand the magnitude of this? They can literally kill whoever they want. Once we're plugged in into the system, we're a brain map. And what's crazy is they make us, when we're brain map, they make us go through all of these emotions. So they record it. So when we're depressed, they recorded that frequency. When we're happy, they recorded that frequency. When we're horny, they recorded that frequency. When we're sad, they record that frequency. When we stump our toe, and it brings us pain, our synapses, our neurons fire off these electrical signals. They copy that so they could emulate that same frequency that our brain gave off during the time we stumped our toe. They could make you feel that exact pain. It's coming from your brain. The pain is not even physical. You see what I'm saying? You know that you didn't stump your toe, but your toe is hurting to the point where it felt like you stumped your toe. That's because they did download it and copy the frequency of your brain when it was giving out that information at the exact time. And they're sending that information back to your brain. And it's making you feel like you stump your toe. Do y'all fucking understand what's going on with these people? This is why neural rights would never be talked about. This is why neural rights would never be talked about, because these telecommunications companies, all of these life study companies that want to manage and control a person's lifespan and things of this nature, it's purposely being avoided to talk about. It's purposely being avoided. Why you think ain't nobody talk? How? Just think about it, y'all. They're doing all of this human study, have been doing it for years, decades. The CIA ran all type of government backdoor, black room budget projects on unlocking the human brain. We still haven't discovered that 100% yet. It's still going on to this day. Even with the reverse psychology going on, they did tricked us. It was like, well, okay, y'all don't like the experiments we've been conducting with the CIA. We keep getting caught with it. Let's go ahead and throw Elon Musk or somebody out there like that. And now it ain't no longer about brain mind control and things of this nature, because y'all done let us right in. We telling y'all to the people who we give a dementia to, because of the poisons in the water, the poison in the air, the poisons in the whatever drugs y'all taking from us, pharmaceutical companies and things. We did all this. We're causing this. So now we created our own guinea pigs, and now we're offering y'all a solution for the problem that we created, the Hegelian dialect. It's the same thing. They're creating the problems and offering a fixed solution, because they already been working on a solution, because they've been knowing that they was going to create the problem. Bro, these people are fucking evil geniuses when you really think about it. This on some mad scientist type of stuff that I'm thinking about. And you mean to tell me that I'm just I'm just thinking of it and they haven't thought of it? I'm just thinking of it, but the people with all the money, all of the research, all of the data haven't already thought of it and implemented it or attempted to try it. Bullshit. That's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit. I'm not the smartest man in the world, but if I could think it, I know they already did it and they're doing it. Just like that movie with Alec Baldwin in it, when he was talking about targeting individuals and MK Ultra, the lady in the movie said, "Why?" Alec Baldwin said, "Why are you doing this to me?" The lady responded, "Because you're helping us to tame the genie in the bottle," meaning like people like you is helping us perfect this technology. We got to get this technology under control. She said, because if we don't do it, then somebody else will, which is facts. You mean to tell me if I think of a devastating microwave weapon, you think that China or somebody who's our real adversary ain't gonna be thinking about doing it either? Or it's just like an arms race. It is. Those who control the mind would control the world. Those who control the mind control the world. So if I'm the United States and you're China, and I came up with a technology where I can influence your citizens to do what I want just by implanting thoughts in their head or controlling or hijacking their whole entire nervous system, of course, China is in a race with me now because they know that if I master this, they're done. They have to dedicate all resources at all costs, no matter if I have to use some of my own citizens as guinea pigs, because I know that if I don't hurry up and get this done and invent it, then the United States is going to wipe us off the map. Of course, we could act like we're working together. We got a peace treaty for the Antarctic treaty and things like this, but really, it's like territorial over here. So it's just like gangs. That we could be Bloods and Crips. I'm an OG in the Bloods. You're an OG in the Crip. You run this territory. I run this territory. But the minute I get a chance to take over the territory, and I know there's nothing you could do about it, and now you have to either bow down or work for me, then I'm gonna make my move. That's with everything. We gonna work together on this Antarctica peace treaty, but until the point where I don't need you no more. And if I could create this technology before you master it, then bow down. That's just simple and plain. What do I need you for anymore? We don't need no partnership or nothing because I can literally just make your citizens do whatever I want them to do. And that's where this whole arms race come into play. And that's what we got going on. This is why espionage and citizen programs like they have us going in is so important. This is why espionage is so important. You have your 007s, then your double agents and your triple agents and things of this nature. That's why it go that deep. This is why it go that deep. They're chasing what we would classify as the Holy Grail. They're literally looking for the Holy Grail. However y'all want to view what the Holy Grail is, if it's a technology, an ancient artifact, so on and so forth. But the key to life is what they're searching for. And once whoever find it, then the world is doomed. It's most people aren't gonna know what's going on. I do believe that some people are put here to combat that. So some people are gonna be susceptible to the mind control, just like you have people in real life that's not susceptible to hypnosis. Like it could be a room full of people. Let's say it's 10 people in a room. Out of that 10 people, 8 people could be hypnotized, but 2 of those people just can't be hypnotized for whatever reason. Maybe they want to experiment you, trying to figure out why your brain makes it so that you can't be experimented, and 8 out of 10 people could. But that's just the way the universe works, because you have those people. Those are the people that they classify as us right now. Divergence, insurgents, and things of this nature. But as I stated, though, I rant on about some things. Ain't even supposed to get this deep. But as I stated, though, it's like your life flashing before your eyes and all of the pieces of the puzzle just falling together, though. As I stated, this technology cannot work without every aspect of what I just spoke on. Hold on, I'm getting my dog some water right quick. He don't drink sink water. He drank bottled water. Don't nobody in the house drink that tap water. I need to get a reverse osmosis machine for real. Come on, stay. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Sit down. Yeah, but when you really start thinking about it, bro, it gets deep. And stuff like this intrigues me because, as I stated, though, we could label everything I said tonight as a theory, because a theory isn't proven or it isn't disproven. It's just a theory, what I think, what I theorize or whatever. But when you look at it from the point of view that I showed y'all, from the technology that they're using, from how the paint all of a sudden have metal particles in it, to them, saying that the energy industry is supposed to be at its highest and the next year or so or whatever or whatnot, and you see everybody converting to energy and things of this nature, it becomes very apparent on what's going on. And that is crazy, because they didn't got us to submit, and now it's so easy to give them complete access on everything. They did it in like moderation, because it started with social media. Then when social media came and smartphones came, we had to start downloading apps for it. Once these applications came, we had to start signing user agreements, which each user agreement we signed, we gave away certain like information or rights, because now we didn't read the user agreements. We just know that we want to be on Facebook, so we just hit agree to user agreements. Really, we gave them access to our our contacts. We gave them permission to our media, to our friends list, to our photos, to our whole device period, and who knows whatever else. We could be signing alleged NDAs or anything. We could be signing over our neural rights, and they could really be running these type of experiments on us, and we'll never know why, because we literally just signed the agreement on a digital application that was 245 pages long. Who is going to read that? None of us, because they sold us on the technology. Technology is our greatest downfall. It made everything, it made us docile. It made us docile. It made us lazy. Everything is at a convenience now. We could, instead of us going out here hunt for our food, we go to the grocery store. Instead of us sitting over a pit, starting our own fire, we put them in an oven or a microwave. I'm talking about everything is hand delivered on us. We don't have to get up and go and do this no more, because we could get it ordered to our doorsteps. Bro, when you really see how the steps and how long it took for them to, this is why humanity is becoming more docile by the generations that come. Just look at it right now at the generation under us. I'm 40 years old, and you can see that it's not getting smarter. They're not getting wiser. They're getting more reckless, more dumber. You have these guys bro, it's just sick what's going on, because it's really like, how could I say this? It's like re-engineering, it's reprogramming on a mass level, and we're all falling for it. Even us. I'm talking to y'all on their device right now. I'm talking to y'all on this same technology that I'm condemning. But like I said, it's in moderation, and when you're aware of what's going on, you're more likely not gonna fall victim to it. But when you're unaware of what's going on, you're just a zombie in this world. You're signing over your rights. You thinking that these brain chips is here to help us, and so on and so forth. You're literally being controlled, and we're being herded. We're being led off of the cliff. Literally, it's literally like the blind leading the blind. Some of this stuff it sounds so far fetched that people will hear what I'm saying, and like I said, they wouldn't even be interested in what I'm saying. It literally don't intrigue them. They don't care about what I'm talking about. The average person don't give two shits of what I'm talking about, because they're so content. They're brainwashed that it worked this well. When really, what I'm talking about is some of the most important, excuse my language, but shit that one could talk about in the whole world. When they could control you on an electromagnetic level, like I said, to me, I think that's the most important part that they never told us about when it comes to the human anatomy. This electrical aspect that we all give off, that they know we give off. How could you not include that in a human anatomy? That's the biggest thing. Our heart pumps and generates that. Our mind think and generate that. Like, that's one of, y'all could tap into that right now. Y'all could literally, it's biohacking. Biohacking is a thing. Euravo with Google even did an interview at Davos speaking about how we're hackable animals right now. And it is. And targeted individuals are the people that he's talking about. He know that we are, because they're experimenting on people like us. We're completely hackable. Our emotions, our thoughts, what we want to eat, our decisions, what we think about, what we dream about, all of that is hacked. How is neural rights not the most important thing that we're talking about in the United States? But we're talking about brain computer interface. It makes no sense. So what limits are going to be placed, or boundaries going to be placed in front of this, or y'all gonna set it after y'all master everything. So we gotta watch y'all experiment on people like us and people who y'all done crippled mentally with dementia, with these toxins, with everything that y'all selling us. Y'all selling tobacco in the stores, but y'all giving a warning label after y'all already got people addicted to the shit. Y'all selling junk food and giving warning labels after y'all got us addicted to it. Every house in the United States is damn near popping out chemical-based water, unless you got a reverse osmosis machine or you're one of the higher ups. Everything that y'all gave us was poison. Y'all created every problem in society, even with the frequencies, the mass shootings, with everything that's going on. Y'all same people is the reason for all of this. It's crazy when you think about it. That's power. I ain't gonna lie, that's power. That's you talking about playing chess? Lord, these people already checkmated us before we sat down at the chess table. We were already checkmated. The game with the cards was already stacked against us. The deck was already stacked against us. I promise you. They wouldn't allow people like us because a lot of these people who got famous off of theories, now just theories, nothing that has been proven, just theories. A lot of them were Freemasons, from Einstein to Plato to, I mean, you name a Socrates, to all of them was Freemasons. And these are the ones who had the biggest voices, the biggest quotes, and they look at as, guides of their time. And really, all they did was thought about some shit. There were theories, none of it proven. The whole Einstein relative theory of relativity, all of that is just theories. The Big Bang Theory is a theory. Darwinism is a theory. All of this, but these are the foundations and the principles that they gave us to rely on and to resort back to when it comes to learning about the human species and things of this nature. Everything was a distraction. Everything was a fucking lie. Everything that they quote to us, these people that they gave us to praise back in time. Bro, I was looking at one video, bro, and it just made me laugh because one would really have to think, right? They told us that Benjamin Franklin discovered electricity. And somebody said this was like, well, how the hell did he get electrocuted and fried? Because if he was flying a kite with a key to it and the electricity shocked the kite and the key, how did he survive? He ain't get burnt up or nothing. And I started to think about it. I was like, bro, you know what? That makes motherfucking sense. Because we all know that we're bro, if he's using the kite with a skeleton key and it's conducting electricity, we know it's going to shoot from the kite all the way down and it's going to travel through him and everything. But he discovered electricity and he lived to tell about it. He didn't get burnt up. He didn't get shot. He didn't get knocked unconscious. His boots won't smoking or nothing. He just was flying the kite. Electricity hit it. He survived. Nothing dangerous happened to him. And thus electricity was born. And we were so gullible as a society, bro. I ain't even like us. As I stated, though, when you're growing up, you're going to school, you're going through this indoctrination, you're not really thinking about it. You're being programmed. You're literally being programmed. They're telling you what to think, and they're telling you that what you're thinking is the right thing because we put it in textbooks. They told us Christopher Columbus discovered this, that, and the third. Everything these people ever told us was a lie. And they carried this lie on forever. And people still line up and think that the government or these elites have our best interests. No, they don't. They're just they're looking for a way to really turn us into slaves to the point where we don't even think about escaping. We ain't gonna run away because they're literally controlling our mind. They're literally controlling our mind. When they get to that point, they know they don't have to worry about nothing because they're controlling our mind for sure this time. We made sure we got them hooked up to the supercomputer. We're implanting thoughts on them. We could tell what they're thinking because we could read their thoughts. We already let them know we got the technology to do that. We could decode y'all thoughts and hear what y'all thinking. Yeah, we got the technology for that. They told us, they telling us everything. We got the technology to decode and read your dreams. We got the technology to read your vitals. Remote, all of this is done remotely. They really biohacked us right in our fucking face and telling us. And then when regular people like me speak on it, we're crazy. We're mentally ill. When they're telling you, we could go to sources where they're telling you, but the people who's telling us that is not crazy or mentally ill. It's only us who's reporting it and trying to get people to wake up and understand what's really going on. That is crazy when it could get people to think like that. These are literally scary times that we're living in, bro. And they keep saying that God's supposed to be coming back. We're waiting. If that is the case, I pray every day that that day be today. I pray it because at this rate, bro, we're done. We're done. We're cooked. We're cooked. Whether you like me, I like you, we agree together, whatever. The fight that we're fighting is the exact same fight. If you're not on their side, then you're over here with me, buddy. Yeah. Regardless on how I articulate myself or any of that. I don't have to sound like the most well-spoken person in the world. I don't have to sound like I got an extensive vocabulary. You get my point. It's us against them. And right now, we're losing. I ain't ashamed to say it. We losing. We're losing by a landslide. We're losing by a landslide. These people literally biohacked us right in our face and still selling us on the technology that they're using to harass and target us with. I just showed y'all with 6G. They said that they're going to be using us humans as antennas. Ask yourself, did you sign up for it? Did I sign up for it? I don't remember signing anything about this. I don't remember agreeing to this. So how is it that all these major mainstream outlets could print that and say that, tell us that it's going to be human antennas? Bitch, you lying to me? I ain't agree to that. How is it going to get done? How is the technology going to get in me in order for what you saying to actually work? So you mean to tell me you don't think that you got to ask permission? You think that the world is going to sign up for this? That you're literally now showing us that y'all are using us, just like the movie Matrix said, as a battery source to fuel 6G? No, thank you. I ain't agree to this. No, sir. But you look on the internet, they telling you what the internet of bodies is when 6G come that we are going to be the antennas. They're telling us this. Just like in Davos, Yavo damn told us by 2030, instead of us digitally touching cell phones, the technology is going to be in us. You lying to me? How do you know that? Who's signing up for this? Who signed up for it? I don't agree to that. I don't want that in me. You a lie. I don't want it in me. But they're telling us that this is what's going to happen. They're telling us. They're not asking us. They're telling us that this is what's going to go on by the year 2030. Yeah, the technology is going to be in every one of y'all, whether y'all like it or not. Who gave you the ability and the power to say something so bold like that? So it's no consent, no nothing. You're just going to take it, huh? So I'm just a great victim at this point, for real. I'm just a victim fighting you off me, huh? I'll be glad when a revolution, I'm talking about, tip off. I ain't calling for violence. This ain't no hate speech or none of that for YouTube purposes. But if you know, you know. Because we're not going to get anywhere in life by just asking to stop doing it. That's not how it works. It's going to have to be a lot of death. It's going to have to be a lot of sacrifices. People going to really have to step up to the plate and just understand that this is it. This is it. And I'm at that point, bro. Before I sit back and allow what's going on to continue to go on, no, sir. I'd rather die on the side of righteousness. Me, there's no question about it. I don't care what anybody in the physical think about me. I know what side I'm on, and I'm dying on this side. I'm not over. I don't agree with nothing they're doing at all. You can't get me to think about it, to ponder. There's no amount of money you can offer me to agree with you, to side with you, or to get involved with none of that weirdo stuff. None at all. No, sir. Hell no. I don't even like how sneaky and how much lying y'all doing, and y'all just think y'all own everything. Not just everything, but everybody. Y'all just think y'all the smartest people on earth. Y'all think that because certain people didn't go to school for certain things that we can't see what's going on. That's not how it works. Because when you got discernment and common sense, it overshadows all that book sense. Yeah, you probably could tell me the terminology when we're talking about a certain subject, but I definitely understand and comprehend what you're saying without even knowing the terminology, just by God blessing me with discernment. And that's just what it is. When you know, and you know that you know. And the people that you're talking to about what they're trying to thinking that they're teaching you about, they gonna understand that you know. Oh yeah, he understand. Because I'm gonna give it to him in layman's terms, but it's what they was trying to say to me, but I'm just saying it in the dumbest way possible, and it's straight to the point. And you understand what I'm saying, though, right? Yeah, I know. I know you do. I'm just letting you know. You can use all the big words you want, but I see what's going on. I understand exactly what you're doing. Don't think you're pulling one over on me, because I see it. How I see it, I don't know, but I'm blessed to see it. And I'm gonna tell you, I see it. I'm gonna let you know that you was not fooling me. And that's how it is. We literally in scary times. Because who's to say I might don't be in the next 10 years, especially going through the torture and harassment that I go through. And I got kids I got to worry about. Do you know how far behind the queue they are? They're going to get targeted on the strength of me being targeted. Once I'm out of the picture, it's so much that I didn't talk to them about the program about. It's like I'm leaving them like in the shadows. I'm leaving them to really fight and scramble when really they don't know the real war going on in this world. So they walking through life as if, not knowing what daddy was going through, just not knowing nothing, following the program. How would I feel as a daddy dying, leaving them to fall victim to the program too? Not even giving my guys a head up, my daughter a head up. No, I'm not going out like that. I'd rather die, for real, bro. I'd rather die. There's no ifs, and buts about it. Take me now. Those are facts, bro. But I'm not going out without fighting. I don't care how bad things get from me, how much they attack my heart, my finances, how much they try to run me off the road, hack my devices, get the neighbors to bang, ride past with loud Reverend V. I don't care about none of that. I'm in this for the long haul. Whatever I got to do to try to turn the tides, speaking on it, getting on YouTube, social media, going to City Hall, making myself a bigger target, whatever, bro. Sign me up. Where's the dotted line? Here's my jam, John Hancock. There's no ifs and buts about it, bro. There's no convincing me otherwise. I don't even want to hear what that side got to offer. It's forget them. You know what I really mean. I'm just giving y'all the clean version, but it's forget them. No, I'm not with none of that weirdo stuff. I'm not with it, bro. I'm not weak. I'm not sellout. I'm not gonna stand for what has me feeling wrong on a moral compass. I'm not with any of that, bro. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I was a part of this program, bro. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I wouldn't be able to look my kids in the face, my girls, my big mothers, my mothers, whoever. Even they could have something to do with it. They could even have something to do with it, bro. But I'm gonna let them know right off gate which side I stand on. And I'm not with none of that y'all got going on. Y'all got the world effed up for real. Y'all just defying everything, bro. No, I'm talking about the laws of nature, the laws of the universe, everything. Now, who do y'all think y'all is, bro? Just let people live. What are y'all doing? Really, what are we doing? Ain't nobody stepping up. Ain't nobody fed up with it yet. Bro, I know some people gotta be getting fed up. I wonder when enough is enough. That's what I really wonder because I'm looking for a revolution. And that's it. It takes more than one person to do it. It's a frequency that the mass majority is going to have to be on. People fed up. I guess they gonna be fed up, bro. But I wish I could just speed it up because we be at right now. No, sir, I don't agree with. I ain't cool. I ain't comfortable with. And I look at it like society is more than docile, but society is scared. Like a lot of people are scared to, meet their maker in a sense though, because that comes with the territory, bro. That comes with the territory. As I stated for YouTube purposes, I'm not inciting violence. I don't agree with it. But if you know, you know. And that's what it is. We got to do something, bro. I mean, and it's going to take a collective. People really got to unite and not fall for the propaganda or this whole race baiting thing that's black against white and this, that against. We can't. We got to see the frequency that we're up against. We got to see the frequency that we're up against. It's not just one individual. It's not just one race of individuals. It's not none of that. It's a frequency. All of them are vibrating on the same wavelength. It's a frequency. And we got to get in tune for real. We literally got to get in tune. And like I said, I don't want to be one of them people who just die sitting on my hand with really, not even engaging or interacting in what's really going on. No, no, sir. I feel like a flat out coward. I wouldn't even know how the creator would view me though. I'm looking at it like that on that type of, on that type of level. That would the creator be satisfied with my actions? Me sitting here remaining quiet, sitting idle, and I see what's going on with humanity. How am I going to get treated in the afterlife if I sit back and just allow this to go on? I mean, I'm not raising my voice about it. I'm not stepping up to the plate. I'm not doing absolutely nothing but sitting on YouTube. Oh, no, I'm going to hell. Oh, Lord, I'm going to hell. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm going to hell. I don't think the Lord gonna forgive me for that. Knowing what's going on and not doing nothing. No, sir. That's how I look at it. Like I said, most people who were revolutionaries, even if we don't view them as it, John F. Kennedy's, your Malcolm X's, these people all knew speaking out against, going against a certain group was going to lead to their demise, and they still did it because that was their mission here. That was their mission. That was that we all got to face that. Ain't nobody escaping that. If you want, unless you want to talk about some scientific, downloading your conscience and uploading it on the computer and putting it in the sleep. I ain't trying to do all that. It's only one of me. You copying my memories and what I was thinking yesterday is not going to make that version of me real. To your weird ass, it probably do because you think because they know what I was thinking and doing when I was 5 years old and had shared memories with me that it's actually me. You're a weirdo. I can tell you a million secrets about me today. And when you pass or when I pass, that don't make me you. And that don't make you me. Just because you know everything that I've been through. Oh, we ain't gonna do that. You ain't about to trick me like that. It's only one of me. Just like it is of all of us. We all got a certain frequency. We all got a bioresonance frequency. We all right. None of us the same. It's just like a fingerprint. And none of us the same. It's all individually, uniquely created, generated, and made, assigned to us and only us. Don't nobody else got it. Don't nobody else share it. They could copy it. It still ain't me. I could copy your handwriting. That don't mean that you signed this letter. No, it's still only one. I don't care how good of a act you put on. It's still not me. No, sir. That's how I feel about the whole situation. I don't really know what nobody else stand on it, what nobody else quarrels is with the system, but we got a lifetime beef. Me and these people who think that they running things, we really do. Even if I go today, I want to get reincarnated so I could jump back into this war, this forever war. That's what it is. And I'm gonna come back on the same side that I'm on right now, and I'm gonna handle things completely different. I promise you. I'm not with it. I'm not with that. I don't even understand how anybody could be cool with that or align themselves with something so unrighteous, bro, who wanna define and undo everything that we were like created for, created on. Who would want to control the next individual, bro? It takes like not even giving us the option to do it. You just find a way to hack the human genome and y'all go about doing it as if y'all then signed or we signed a bill or a waiver or is a law or something like this. Y'all acting outside of the laws of the universal laws. Ain't nobody give y'all that type of permission. Who do y'all think y'all are? Yeah, they really think that there are gods on earth that they could just do this type of stuff with no consequences or repercussions. They done got too comfortable, and we done got too comfortable. I'm proud to say I'm part of the resistance. It ain't gonna never change. I don't care what the outcome be on my end. There's only one outcome, and that's death. Something we all gotta face. So what? Who cares? I don't care about it. We all gotta beat that. I feel less of anything, though, working and operating with those type of people, with the Masons, the Eastern Stars, whoever y'all want to label. the elites, Illuminati, the Yorkish right, whoever, whatever organization, group, whatever frequency they on, I'm against it all the way around the board. I'm not with it. And we need to stand up. People really need to stand up. I ain't gonna lie, that's why I'm gonna start making me some white friends, bro. The patriotic motherfuckers who go down their belief. I'd rather have those people as friends. For real. Those people who already know what time it is with the government, they stockpile for a rainy day type. Who got their own land and stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to go out there with them. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to go out there with them. Okay, how they trying to label me? I'm already labeled the worst. I already get harassed systematically all day. I already know what the system is capable of. I see what the system is capable of. I want it down. I'm talking about like the Babylon. What is it? The Tower of Babylon. I want it. Solomon's Temple. All that. I want it absolutely destroyed. And I don't want my soul to rest until it happened, bro. I ain't lying. I don't want my soul to rest until it's all destroyed. I'm talking about in rubbish, ashes, and flames. The whole system gotta go. No, I'm not extremist. No, I'm not advocating violence. I got to keep saying that for YouTube purposes because I already know how YouTube is. YouTube, however you want to label it. I just ain't with the bullshit, bro. I ain't that type. I'm not. I'm not going for it, bro. I'm not going. I'm me personally. I'm not going for it. I'm not about to just keep sitting on my ass and watching it all unfold, neither. And like I said, I ain't advocating for violence. No, we don't need that. There's enough of that in the world. But if we got to defend ourselves against a tyrannical, authoritarian government, I'm with it. I'm not playing. And I got the right to say that. No, I'm not advocating violence. So don't try to twist my words and take them out of context. You figure it out. I told you what it is. I stand on. So I ain't trying to hear none of that. For real, I'm not with it, bro. I'm not going. These people they violated everything. If you want to say the galactic code, the universal laws, God given rights or whatever, they violated all of that with no plans of slowing down. I ain't with it. I don't stand with it. I don't agree with it. I don't support anybody who's with it. Family, friend, foe, girlfriend, kids, whoever. If you're on that side, I'm just sorry. That's the side that you chose. This is the side I chose. We are mortal enemies. I promise you we are. I ain't trying to hear none of that other stuff. You're not going to gaslight me into thinking that how I'm thinking or how I perceive things is wrong. Try to make me feel like an extremist, a bad person, or none of that. The bad people are the people who's poison us. We got to go to the grocery stores with no healthy options. The options that's in there, three main corporations own every option that we go down in the aisle. We go look for pasta noodles, and we'll see that it all traces back to one company. So these same companies, the ones selling us unhealthy stuff and selling us stuff under the guise of it being vegan or healthy too. Y'all ain't about to get me. You hit me with this old three-card bottle shit. Y'all working together. We not even about to go for that. No, sir. We not. It's the biggest scam, bro. It's sad when you really see that we fell for this. We, because I'm part of humanity, and we fell for the okie doke. We really fell for the okie doke, and a lot of people still falling for it right now. A lot of people go die believing the system had its best interest in hand. Doctors, lawyers, first responders, all those people are strategically put in place to keep us on a short leash. And when we upset the system, they gonna let you know that you upset the system. All those people that we thought was people who was helping society move and function, your first responders, we gonna see their true colors then. Just go ahead and become a target individual. You gonna understand what I'm saying. We're gonna see their whole purpose then. We're gonna see the dark side of all these people, the most friendliest people. Hi, hey, how you doing? How's your day today? Those same type of people who speak to us like that are the same ones we ain't gonna recognize them when it come time for for it all to hit the fan. When you become a target individual, y'all who know though exactly what I'm saying. It's gonna be those same people that used to be so cool, we thought wouldn't harm a fly, who been working with the system the entire time. And now that they know that we're against the system, their true colors is leaking out, and they the most evilest people on the world. I'm talking about could destroy your life and go to bed happy. I'm talking about happy. They could torture you in your own home with military technology, act like you're crazy for speaking out about it. No, we not doing that. Not me, not on my watch. I'm not going for it, bro. I'm not going for it. Society could, but I'm not. I'll be that one to stand up. I'm not going for it. Do your worst, because I ain't going for it. I promise you. I don't care how much they target my heart, send me to the hospital, sabotage finances, mess up the vehicle, get these neighbors to file false complaint. I don't care about none of it. I'll walk through the fire. I'm talking about happy too. I ain't even fanning myself. I don't need no water or anything. This my walk. This the path I was chosen for. Cool. I accept it because I know what I'm not going to accept. I accept this before I accept that. I promise you that. Any day of the week I will. I'm not going for it. I'm not standing by it. I'm not going to not speak on it. If they want to try to paint me as crazy, I know it comes with me speaking like this. So be it. I'm smart enough to understand that. I'm going to get chastised. I'm going to get scrutinized. I'm going to get ostracized. All of it. So what? I don't care. I'm still going to speak about it. I don't care what you say. Threaten me with or none of that. Don't threaten me with a good time. I promise you. I'm not the one. I'm not going for it, bro. I'm gonna continue to speak out. As I stated, I'm gonna get real loud and witty, showing up at city hall meetings and town hall meetings. I don't care if I got to show up at the school board or whatever my role is. I'm gonna step into it. And I'm gonna wear it proudly. I'm not going for. I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna die comfortably. And I hope that when rigor mortis kick in, that they can look at my face and see that I was grinning. I pray that that's how I go. I promise you. No suffering, no complaining, no regrets, no none of that, bro. Just thank you, Father, Heavenly Creator, whoever it is that made me or gave me the discernment to see what was going on. I really appreciate it. I'm humble for everything that you gave me in life. And that's just it. I die with a smile on my face. As long as I did the right thing while I'm here, those are facts. I don't care about absolutely nothing else. No friends, no families, no materialistic stuff, none of that. Let me just fight this battle, this spiritual battle we going through, because that's exactly what it is. The people want to control us on a spiritual level, on a physical level, on an emotional level. I'm talking about literally. I'm not going for it. Not me. I'm an individual person. I'm my own man. You're not gonna control me. I'm talking about on no level, in no shape, form, or fashion. You're not gonna control me. I don't care what you threaten me with. No, I'm not going. I'm the one of them slaves who tried to escape the plantation. I ain't gonna tell on the next one because they trying to escape. I'm over there plotting with them, drawing up the plan, learning how to write, learning how to navigate, all of that. I'm over there with them. I don't want to hear none of that other stuff that they talk about, immoral stuff, that BS, none of that. These people are evil. They're wicked. And I know I don't stand for that. I just can't. I would never. That was a wild tangent I went on, to be honest. I promise y'all, I didn't mean to even go on this type of tangent. Jeez, let me read some of this. Jeez, 15 people. I didn't even expect that. My bad, chat. I won't really pay attention to it. Get your kids out of trap school. That's what 13 kids missing from Hawaii. It's a trap. So it's church. You're right about that, love like worker. It all is. But as I stated, though, now we don't have to agree with let's just say, for instance, you see how I articulate myself and I'm sitting here talking. I understand that the 15 people that's here might don't agree with the cusses that I'm saying, the curse words and things, how I talk like, I'm ghetto and things. And I understand that. I understand that. But when it comes to right and wrong, you really have to overlook things of that aspect. You have to overlook that. We have to be able to set aside our differences. We have to see what each one of us really stand for, what we're willing to sacrifice, what we're willing to commit. We have to understand what the real goal, who's the real enemy is, until the world could really tilt in our favor and there's enough people awoke to see what's really going on. We're doomed. We don't stand a chance. I'm smart enough, despite that we all came from different backgrounds. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I came up in the projects. I done seen this happen, dope dealing, drug selling. Even with me experiencing that type of life, I understand what the war is. I understand who the enemy is. I understand right from wrong. I understand that all family isn't family. Some are working against you. Some are working with the system. I'm really woken to the BS in the matrix, despite my life of what I came from, which I could look at certain people in a sense because the system has made it that way. You could be your average white person on a farm. You could probably talk like what we perceive to be a redneck or a hillbilly. But when you understand what this person sees and how he views the world, and you really talk to them or just hear them out, see what they stand for, those are the people you got to side with. That barrier that we got of language and how we communicate to one another, that's a distraction for the matrix, bro. We have a bigger fish to fry. We could incorporate that and work on that and create our own language and reprogram our minds after the war is over. But this person isn't my enemy because they come from there. That person isn't my enemy because they come from here. I understand who the enemy is, to be honest. I'm not up here just kicking dust up or any of that. I honestly see and understand what's going on in the world. And I would happily die as that person that they call a 10th header and things of that nature, to stand for what's right. I would. I understand. I wear it. I continue to walk through the fire. I do it by myself. I do it with a group of individuals who think like me. But it's really enough is enough. And we really have to change the frequency because that's really the only thing that could help us in this time to get individuals to wake up out of this whole illusion or to come together with like-minded individuals and to strategize and go about it, in a smart manner. Like I said, violence is the last thing that we need to be thinking about. If you know what I'm saying, then you know. Violence is the last way that we want to go about anything. But our God-given right is to defend ourselves, especially when people are trying to inflict harm on us, which I think that they are. I could be wrong about it, so don't take nothing that I'm saying as actual facts. But, say what I'm saying, going into the grocery stores, trying to find food, going to fast food restaurants, and these restaurants gotta post like warnings and caution signs saying that the food give you could cause cancer and things like this, but they're still operating, making billions of dollars. Y'all allowing them to sell us food that could potentially cause cancer in us. No, bro. Know what is y'all got going on? I'm not with none of that. Y'all got life messed up. I promise you, especially mine. Y'all got life messed up. I don't know who else feel any type of way about this, but it's a inverted system, and it's definitely not benefiting us. I promise you, it's not benefiting us at all. And I'm not about to die a slave. I'm not. I'm not gonna die sitting on my hands. I'm not gonna do any of that. Not me. Like I said, so whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna step into this role and I'm gonna do it gracefully, to be honest. So it ain't no being distracted no more, no going back and forth on YouTube with people who don't matter, who really just put it your way to distract you from the goal. We can no longer have that. We don't have room for that. We don't have room for that. I believe everybody who's aware of what's going on play a key role into waking the next person up. I believe that we all see what's going on for a bigger reason. And I think that we all play a role in helping people who sleep, helping the world, standing up, doing for what's right. All that stuff that sound extra cliche, but it's real. Though I mean, to me, that's how I feel about it. So we got to figure something out. We really do. Our life path, queasy feel too. You would feel good if it's safe. If it's not safe, you would get signs and cautious. You would find told these sellers. They perverted us our brains, learn to trust your heart, so you all stay safe. Those are facts. But like I said, in the world that's so corrupt, and like you said, with us being programmed and having to wake up from this big illusion or to break free from this spell, it wasn't an easy task because a lot of the things that we learned in the Matrix, we still battle with today. Some of these spirits that they done casted upon us, even with the spirit of lust, gluttony, greed, a lot of us, I could be speaking how I'm speaking now, but still fighting certain demons in an aspect, say for a lust or whatever or whatnot. I used to be a sex addict, one girl a night wasn't enough for me type stuff. I know I used to live on that frequency, and that still have me on the strength though, to fighting those demons, but knowing what the real fight is. Not saying I'm still on that because I've been with my girl for 11 years. I'm just saying that how hard it is to break away from the program. But once you understand the real fight, in a sense, then you already, I mean, you know all that you need to know. So as if you are weak enough to still fall for the devil tactics and the devil traps, then I just don't. I just pray it get better, work on you, and keep focused. Is all I can say because I noticed the change in me. Some things I would entertain that I don't entertain no more for the simple fact I know it's all a distraction. It's not doing nothing but keeping me on this certain loop, keeping me from progressing, keeping me from trying to wake the next individual up. Everything negative is keeping me in that frequency. And that's the devil himself. That is the devil. I don't want anything or anyone to distract me from my mission. I feel as though who a lot of us who's in this community, the woken community, not just the target individual, as I stated, those who see what's really going on in the world, we all share that insight or that what is the word I'm looking for? That discernment. We all share that frequency of discernment together. So I believe that we all have a mission, and our mission aligns with one another. Just how you have all of these demons and devils conspiring against us, we have the opposite. People like us who's conspiring against the demons, who want to vanquish all them, who want to get them up out of here, who want the world to be on a better frequency, everybody to be living better, and for this foolishness to just stop. It's the opposite. And I think that regardless on our background, we all play a role when it comes to that. However you deliver your message, however God put it on your heart to get it out, or whatever. I think we all are fighting on the same side. And that's what matters to me most about anything. I promise you it do. And like I said, I just really want to build and connect with like-minded people who see what's going on, even if it costs me more torture or them to force a heart attack. At this point, I really don't care. I don't want the rest of my time here being, you know, like wasted, not standing for anything, not really trying to help humanity or people wake up to what's really going on, despite the attacks that I'm gonna receive from the Matrix, the slander, the mental illness, and I don't care. I'm gonna wear all that proudly. No effects to me, not me getting my emotions, none of me lashing out at the people who's accusing me of being mentally ill, none of that. I got tunnel vision right now, and I don't see any of that. I don't hear any of that. It's literally bouncing off of me right now. I don't. That's the smallest thing. That's the least of my worries. I promise you it is. And I just want to figure out a way to really try to leave a mark on society in a positive way. So I'm really battling with that because I understand it's really a war, and I'm not just affected by it. Billions of people are affected by it. So I don't feel wrong with stepping up and standing against something like this. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, feel as though that I was made for this, not to try to be no leader or nothing, just the role I'm in, to see what's going on, to speak out against it, to wake as many people up as possible. Whether that's me waking up 100 people in my lifetime, then all I can say is God willing, and hopefully God allow it to happen. I'm not trying to be, it's not about being greedy. It's not about being popular or nothing. My mission is the mission that I'm on right now, and that's just to help people understand what's going on. When the real fight hop off, I only wish that I could just down my feet on the right side of history. That's just it. That's it right there. I just don't want to fall victim to what's really going on in the world. I don't want to be no sellout. I'm not gonna be that. I just want to, down the right side for real. Me personally. Yep, you follow your heart, man. It'll never lead you wrong. I promise you it won't. And this is where all this is coming from. I'm still trying to find words to express how I feel because, as I stated, this life wasn't even, this is just the way it took. I'm just speaking from the heart right now. So this is all improv in a sense, though. So, as I stated, this ain't nothing that I prepare for. I'm just letting it all out. And that's just really how I feel about the matter. Like I said, we got those who's gonna see what's going on and step up, speak out against it. And we got those who's gonna see what's going out and sit down and go along with it. I ain't never the go along, get along type. I'ma stand up for what's right and stand against what's wrong. And I'm gonna accept the consequences either way it comes. If it's 20 lashes, 100 lashes back, like I said, we could take this back to slavery. However, you want to cut my foot off, I'm Kunta Kinte. My name not Toby. And that's just what it is. Cut off whatever you need to cut off. After you cut it off, and I get enough energy to stop from crying and laughing or whatever it is I'm going through, I'm going to repeat the same thing. I'm Kunta Kinte. That's just what it is. I'm not bowing down to no corrupt system. I'm not bowing down to no corrupt system. I never will. I never will. I'm not going to sit back idle. I'm not going to not speak on it. I'm going to point it out and I'm going to deal with the consequences and I'm going to deal with them happily too. God got my back. That's how I look at it. The only thing I fear is God. None of them, the devil, none of them, his minions. No, sir. I don't fear any of that. God himself is the only one I fear. The other ones don't stand a chance, I promise you. They don't stand a chance. I'm gonna be very rude with an attitude and just hope my God forgive me afterwards. Because I'm gonna look like one of them when the times when it all hop off, I probably look like a David when the war hop off because I'm not sparing them. I'm not no way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm not sparing the oppressors. I'm not sparing them people who operating on that frequency. I'm not advocating violence. I got to keep saying that for YouTube. I don't want them to think that I'm out here trying to incite a riot or anything. But if you know, you know, I'm not going for it. Me personally, I'm not advocating. I'm not looking for backup or any of that. I'm just gonna play my role. I'm gonna speak out against evil, corruption, the bad stuff that they're doing against us, the poison of our food, the what is it? They tainting the fruit, giving us this poison, GMOs and fruits with no seeds, and no, none of that is morally right, bro. And you got to be sick to even agree with that. You got to be sicker to even go in the laboratory and to create something like that. Lab grown meat, enough is enough. It's to the point they sell us water in bottles. Really? They selling us water. They sell oxygen in tanks. We've been getting played for a very long time. I mean, a very long time. This system got to go. This system got to go. I want to witness it and I want to play a role in it. That's just what it is. I'm going to end this rant, man, stating this. I got 2 dope interviews coming up with 2 targeted individuals. one who's been a targeted individual for 20 years. As I stated, when I had my first channel, I was newly elected chosen one. On that channel, I started out uploading videos of my local police department when I noticed weird things going on in my life. From that point on, I moved on to interviews. I interviewed Tied in Trenches, Sharice Dumas, a few other people. I even interviewed Filthy Wilson, come to find out that he wasn't right, things of that nature. So I got two dope interviews coming up with two targeted individuals, hoping to get more. As I stated, I'm gonna be going to City Hall, speaking out about this community-oriented policing. I'm not gonna touch too much about the Havana syndrome and things of that nature. I'm gonna try to speak out about this in a strategic manner so it won't get me, viewed as conspiracy theorist or mentally ill, which if that's what it got to be, I think they're going to do that anyway. Then so be it. I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to go get I'm going to go get a test done. I got an appointment set for a therapist. I'm going to go see a psychologist. I'm going to sit down and talk to both of them so you could clearly see that I'm not mentally ill. I've never been diagnosed, never been committed in no mental hospital, any of the two. So I don't have no problem. I'm lining all my ducks in a row. I got an appointment set for Thursday with my cardiologist so I could get my echo done on my heart so they could view my heart, view the muscles and view the valves in my heart so the world could see that I don't have a heart issue just in case they want to force a heart attack like they've been trying for so many years now, 4 years or whatever, when I'm just getting all my ducks in a row because it's really time for me to fight back. I'm not going to keep sitting idle. I'm going to speak out about the programs. I'm going in local police departments to acquire information on how they conduct community-oriented policing. I'm even going to the fusion centers. This is my fight from now on. And when I die, this is what I'm going to die doing. No empathy, no sympathy. I don't care about any of that. I promise you I don't. My whole thing is to get to the point where I can at least articulate myself in a better fashion so people who is unaware of what's really going on could see, hear, and understand where I'm coming from when I'm speaking about what I'm speaking about, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is my fight. I put the gloves on. I remember me going back and forth with Targeted TV. I told him that I ain't trying to be a leader, this, that, and the third, but I changed my mind about that. I really still don't want to be a leader. I'm just here to play my role. And I understand that it ain't going to be easy. As I stated, I didn't choose this. The universe chose this for me. God chose this for me. Whatever the reason for me being in this situation, I'm not going to take it as a bad one, even though I could look at it like that, though. But I'm looking at it from a bigger aspect. And the state of the world that we're in right now, the people that we're sharing society with right now, the people that we're allowing to do this to all of us, not just me. I'm not the only one suffering, going through what I'm going through. The whole world is targeted individuals just get it on a massive scale. We get it direct. So it's no micro dosing when it comes to us getting our food contaminated or poisoned or the cancer causing agents we got to deal with. We're getting all this tenfold more than just, the population get it on a micro dosing level, not us. They're focusing all of this on us. So, like I said, I'm not gonna die sitting down on my hands. I can't do that. I won't do that. So y'all gonna see a big major turnaround on my channel. As I stated, I'm gonna start going to these my local police departments, trying to speak to the white shirts and things of this nature. Try to get them to really talk about this community-oriented policing. Just yeah, that's it. Those are my plans, honestly. So this is going to be a very busy week for me. Like I said, I got a doctor appointment. I got to go pick up my business license this week. I go see my therapist, my PCP next week, and yeah, man, that's about it. So as I stated, man, I just want to stand for what's right, man. As cliche as that sound, I'm not gonna just sit back idle and not do anything and just continue to sit on YouTube and complain about how bad my torture is. So yeah, that's about it, man. Just hope y'all stay tuned. Looking forward to next doing these next interviews. Bill Gates DNA in it, same here. That's what say, man. I always trust and follow my eye. They are wicked. They definitely are. So gross. All of it. I got a song for you, brother. It's Swifty by Low Key. Let me type it in my phone before I go. Let me pin that. I'm gonna go check it out right after I get off of this. God, Wise, appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let me key this song in my phone right quick because I'm definitely going to go listen to it. Now, why I drop my plans for this week coming up, to be honest, because I just can't sit back like this anymore. Like I said, I mean, everything I know is threatened. My kids, I mean, my life, my living, my financial situation. I mean, everything, the world, everything. I just want to play my role. I ain't trying to be no martyr. I ain't got to be idolized. I'm not looking to be a leader in a sense. I just really want to play my role. Get in where I fit in. Let me get this title of this song. Swifty. Okay, by Low Key. I appreciate everybody who stepped by to hear me rant. As I stated, it ain't even supposed to be this long, but I appreciate y'all all, to be honest. Shout out to New Breed too, though. Really, I look out for those who look out for me, and New Breed is a person who check on me in the background. Let me, just it's hard to find people like that in your even in your real life when you become a targeted individual. So this really is aside from YouTube. He did me a solid. This is aside from him, hitting me up on IG, checking on me, giving my situation and me posting me being back and forth in the hospital because you don't get that often as a targeted individual. You may do from your circle of TI friends that you made in whatever social media group or website that you're on like that. So, like I said, I respect people who respect me. I bless people who bless me. I don't mean like you bless me financially because I look at blessings in all shape, forms, and sizes. You could bless me just with teaching me something with the content you put out, so on and so forth. It don't have to be anything materialistic. It's just the showing me which side you're on, though. So, like I said, though, I respect a lot of people on here. Certain people that I respect don't get along with others. Hope they could reconcile their differences because I believe the people that I do, look up to or follow on social media are all good people, to be honest. And like I said, we got one common problem, one common goal, and that's the evil that plagues all us for real. So we need all the troops we could in this war that we got going on. Like I said, anybody who followed me prior to this in the last few months, when y'all was on my page, I was very messy. I'm talking about going back and forth with people who wasn't worth it. I'm talking about cussing up a storm, talking like a madman. It was crazy, but over the last month or so, I came to terms with that, left that alone, called myself maturing and really focusing on the actual war that we're in. So there's no more distractions. It's only going forward from here. And like I said, I just want to help and play my role. That's it. I don't want to be praised. I don't want to be followed. I don't want to be worshipped. I don't even want to have to be known for it. Just help play my part in this world that we're in right now. Point out all the evil, as I state, see whatever it is we could do for real to combat it. Because at this rate, man, we ain't gonna win. We ain't gonna survive. That's how I look at it. But I'm not gonna stop fighting. Anyway, let me get up out here, man. Again, I appreciate y'all all. No doubt, man. Smash that like button. I really don't do this, man. I never really asked for nobody to do likes, but as I stated, I'm trying to change the frequency of my channel. So for those in attendance, I would appreciate a like. If y'all, it's up to y'all. It ain't nothing I'm gonna cry about, man. But peace. Till next time, stay tuned for those interviews that I got going on too. Though they're gonna be really dope interviews. I'm gonna actually let them talk and tell us what it is that they're going through. Hopefully, their story could help somebody or get other people to tell their stories. Really, we need to get something done with this program, to be honest. So I'm gonna be, I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna keep y'all in tune and up to date on what I'm doing for our wise is going about handling this program, City Hall, and everything I spoke on.